Hello there, welcome back to Nagaur. Last time, well, we grew Bamani a fair bit, and we've also fought a war against Malva that kind of failed, and I'm currently looking for options on what to do. We also got, of course, the map of Europe. It's kind of interesting to see what Brandenburg, but especially Oldenburg has done, so that will be kind of interesting. It's also surprising that Iberia's borders haven't really changed except for Granada being gone, and Genoa, surprisingly, yet stole, well, some land from Aragon. But other than that, it's not really too surprising, all things considered. Poland has their union with Lithuania, which means that breaking through there is going to be harsh. But most surprisingly, Denmark has Muscovy in a union. That is the first time I've ever seen that, I think. But I think we'll hope for that happening in my multiplayer game. Would be hilarious, that too. But Denmark is gone. Denmark is not coming back, I think. So let's see here. For what do we want to do today? I think we're going to wage some war again. Delhi Bengal Malva alliance is kind of a pain in the ass to deal with because of the fact that it's just a little bit overkill in terms of effectiveness. I really would have preferred to wage this war, but I'm a little bit unsure if I really want to. Timurids have 2070 ducats depth right now, so potentially going for war against them was probably not the worst choice ever. But basically the Kazakh and Kazan alliances are a little bit too much for me to handle right now, so I think we're just going to stay quiet. We're going to continue our work in India. Might consider going after Oman, but other than that, I really doubt we'll be doing too much. At least at the current time. I'm really tempted to go after Oman, of course, but I'm a little bit unsure if I should, due to the fact that I do need more troops to do so. 10k is not enough, and right now I can't really field much more. So Malva is now suffering from internal conflicts. Let's see if they have a harder time than Bengal did. As you remember, Bengal did have their the most ridiculous thing ever last time. They had internal conflicts, and boom, no internal conflicts. It was it was a lot of, it was just weird to witness. That's basically the gist of it. And as you can see, Malva is actually losing to the rebels here. So if I just pick my opportunity, I should be able to do something. I do still have the truce with Orissa here, unfortunately. As you can see, lasts until 1512. They're currently allied with Nepal. So we might just go for war against Orissa, try and grow our Bamanis here a little bit. That could definitely be a possibility here. Of course, we're looking for the best things ever. Orissa's troop count right now shouldn't be too high either. Well, they do have 16,000 and 9,000 manpower, so I think we're going to be careful. They do have a couple of vassals that we don't really want to mess with. But of course, I'll be looking for opportunities for war, and we'll see if I get a good one. Unfortunately, we just had a stability drop due to my king dying, or sultan. And as you can see, it's actually just 15, so we dodged that Regency Council by very little. So that's a positive. 436 is our new one. We have a 244 air that's actually 10 years old. So that's great. We're going to establish the regular things here. That's also one of the benefits of having the really good rulers here, that it's usually really easy to do things like this. We're also going to take diplomatic influence, the fifth diplomatic idea. Diplomatic reputation +2. Next one is going to be really useful. Diplomatic relations +1, as well as envoy travel time. Well, envoy travel time won't be too much of a interest, but it works. Now, there's some Valiori nationalists in Malva, which means that I'm really tempted to just go ahead and straight up declare war on them. It would be hilarious, to be perfectly honest. And I'm really tempted to just do that, because it would just be so helpful if I could just, again, fight Malva. The truce runs out in 1514. So I'll have to see what I actually do here. Funnily enough, my truce with them runs out in 1514, but Meva's runs out in 1524. And Baman is 1523. What? Well, it doesn't really matter. Again, I don't really like the fact that the alliance system is as it is right now. I would really prefer it if we could if I could drag the others here into war, but Bamanis doesn't actually give me any helpful advice. Patiala, nothing at all. Meva, not really. I'll have to wait until 1518 if I really want to do anything here. Of course, declaring one Jampur is something I could do, but not going to be helpful, I think. I think we're just actually going to stop outing claims on Gerd here. Because there will most likely pop up a nation here that I can then annex or whatever, and of course he will spot it before he even realized what it was doing. But again, as I said, it's just so that if these guys actually break free, it'll be very easy to get them. There's some Mavani pretender rebels here, so I'm pretty sure that Malva is going to end up in some sort of war here in the near future, most likely with Orissa. So again, we'll try and take advantage of that. For now, I'll just wait. Well, this is interesting. So Denmark has actually collapsed, which I think, well, we still keep the unions and everything, so who cares about a little bit of a collapse. But I'm a little bit surprised that Denmark managed to collapse, considering the unions. You have Norway, Sweden and Muscovy doing your bidding, and yet you managed to collapse. That's impressive. That is honestly impressive, and also, this is impressive. There's a ton of rebels apparently in the area, although it's probably just 3 big provinces. So it makes it seem a little bit bigger than it actually is. But Malva is definitely having issues with... my apologies. They're definitely having issues with the rebels, so... I could potentially get what I'm after here. Gujarat, Jampur. If the Timurid alliance breaks, then great. If not, then I'll have to figure out something else. I think it's about time that I try and get... This could be interesting. If I call Jampur in as a co-belligerent, how would that work? No need to, I think. Bengal will fight Jampur. Karakoni will have to deal with the Timurids. How are they doing in terms of troops, our Timurid friends? Let's take a quick look here, and of course I went past them. 31,000 and 35,000 manpower. Let's face it, that is not some numbers that I can beat. Not right now. Rebels broke. The Palatinate has collapsed. What the... There's a lot of funny things here, and there we go. Oh, it's the same king. I was just surprised a little bit. I thought the unions broke. I was half celebrating, but that was apparently not the case. My bad. But yeah, I think for the time being, there's not really much I can do. I could plot Omen's downfall. To be perfectly honest, I think I would actually be fairly successful at it. I know I can tech up. It's the admin tech, so I'm just waiting in case I get a good idea of what to do. I think we might actually try and attack Omen here, just establish a base, more or less. I'm probably just going to call these things myself. The provinces are pretty cheap, or should be pretty cheap to call. I might just take, for instance, one province first, Banias or Abdelkez, and then just work my way in, get Hejaz, get a border with the Mamluks, etc. See if I can get a alliance going with either the Ottomans or the Mamluks. It's mostly just the distance between borders and the attitude. If I can get close enough, the attitude will definitely change, most likely to negative. But it's still an option. It is a possibility. So since it's so long until we can actually start plotting for our own warfare again, I think it's time that we actually take a chance here, try and move my army, in this case, over to... no, I have to build cogs, so we'll have to wait a little bit. But I'll be aiming at moving my army over to Oman. And we'll try to go for a assault of some kind. Again, 10k is kind of small. The only real issue in terms of my plan here is, of course, the fact that we'll have to deal with what's their name, Hejaz as well. But I think if I just use this area here, I should be able to make something work. Or I'll probably have to employ some mercenaries or something like that. But again, the goal is to put ourselves in a good position. So I'll have to start making moves towards that end. And now we can also do an upgrade to admin tech here to level 7, which gives us another group of ideas as well as a Noble Republic opportunity. So what should I take now? Let's say we're going westwards. I should probably take something that helps my military right now, to be perfectly honest. Because, let's face it, I'm going to have to conquer a lot. And I'm going to have a hard time conquering unless I actually have some benefits. Now, military-wise, that is basically a tech that we are doing the best in, although we are kind of behind there. I'm a little bit unsure if I should go for military tech or if I should go for the humanist ideas, basically take complete control over everything that I will conquer. That could be a very good way of doing things. Or if I should go quantity, get some manpower, get recovery, cheaper armies, etc. Or if I should just keep on focusing on, for instance, humanist here. I'm a little bit uncertain on what would be the best thing. I could also, of course, go expansion here. That would be hilarious. Get the Casus Belli against basically everyone. But that's after I westernized. I'll have to wait with that. Doing exploration now kind of defeats the points, but let's face it. If I actually set up, colonization bases in or over here, that would probably be helpful to me. But I think in this case, it's basically, should I go with humanists, get the national rest bonuses, make sure that I can conquer as much as I want, and not really have any problems with rebels at all. The better relations over time will definitely also be useful. Idea costs will be useful. Or should I go quantity right now and just try and focus on, getting back in the game? I think we'll go with humanist, basically because I prefer it since it gives me more or less a more stable realm in terms of not having to deal with rebels, etc. But it's kind of a hard choice, to be perfectly honest. At least that's how I feel it every time I do this. But for now, that's what we'll do. And again, Malva is kind of imploding. So I think, even though it's a very bad idea, I'll just bide my time for now. And we'll see if I can really make some moves here towards either Gujarat or Malva or whomever, and actually get some conquest or war done. We'll see how it goes. I just realized something that could be hilariously useful here if I play my cards right. Let's face it, I can't core for over very long distances here, and I'm a little bit unsure if this would count as next door. But if I play my cards right here, I could potentially go for one very devastating war against the Mamluks here, see if I can get an alliance up and running with the Ottomans, and just take, for instance, these two provinces here, these two provinces here, core them, and then I can suddenly westernize with Venice here. But I doubt that actually works. I'm a little bit uncertain. I will probably fire up a non-Iron Man game to test that, but it could be a way of doing this, or potentially waging war on the Ottomans, which would be hell, because the knights are actually around still. Yeah, that's again game telling me you should try Holy Trinity again, or something along those lines. But don't want to. Not right now. It was just too devastating the first time. Should I actually just get rid of my fleet if I'm not planning to use it? Probably. I have forced move 3 and I'm far over it. Again, yeah, I'm in a situation where I don't really know what to do, what I should do. So can I mothball this thing? Well, it doesn't really matter. I already have the maintenance. Well, we can try, but I don't really think it would help. In terms of, well, it actually did help quite a lot. So yeah, we'll mothball it. That works wonderfully. So I'm just saving up some money here, because as things are currently looking, we'll most likely fight Malva, even though Bengal and Delhi will be, well, on the other side. So I think the plan here is actually get into war with Gujarat, drag Bengal into said war with Gujarat, and then fight Malva and Delhi. Probably use Delhi, or put Delhi in a position where I can actually grow Patiala. That could be a suggestion or an idea. But first, let's just take the influence idea here. Postal service, diplomatic relation +1, envoy travel time -25%, national unrest -1 from our, well, Sultan ideas. Next one will be a boost to taxes, both rather useful. And of course, martial laws will be really helpful also in terms of force limits, because we do actually have vassals, and we'll probably end up having some pretty strong vassals down the line. So our truces here with Malva ends in, it's actually ended, but I still need to wait with Gujarat here, just so I can actually have someone to declare war on. So it'll probably be 2 more years of not really doing anything, even though I probably should focus on trying to get through the Timurids, for instance, as things like that. So I'm probably just going to try and build up some more power for a while, and then we'll be going westwards. Try and see if we can actually westernize with the help of Venice, and then of course we'll be aiming at making our way through up to Germany, potentially just powering through Hungary. That could definitely be a option here. Just go boom, 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 Bohemia. But of course Austria will be a pain in the ass to deal with, especially since they seem to be a fairly alright emperor. Not the best of course, but they do at least create some issues for us. Malva's ended their internal conflicts. Gavalio has broken free, which is kind of interesting, to be perfectly honest. They also hate my guts, so nice. Now Malva is actually at war with wow, this is an interesting one. As you can see, they are at war with Orissa. Bengal and Delhi apparently did join them. So again, this is one of those opportunities that I want to take, because it's just a lot more fun this way. And Delhi, who are they actually allied with? Yarkand, isn't that a tiny nation somewhere? Oh, it's these guys. Yarkand, Bengal and Malva. Not really scary at all. So what I think we actually do here is up the arm maintenance. We're going to add probably 4 regular units to our armies, and then we're going to declare war on Malva with the goal of taking down Delhi first, handing as many provinces as we can over to Patiala to grow them, take Bangladesh for myself to make the map look a little bit prettier, and we're going to do that next time. Thank you for watching. Please have a comment, praise, criticism, anything you feel like, and hopefully we'll have a little bit bigger battles next time. Bye.